Carl, you showed the whiteboard, and we actually have a lot of questions further down in the channel as well around the different tools and platforms you can use. Can you share a few words? So we've seen some murals there, there's various other ones. Can you share which ones are maybe good for what types of circumstances, or are you a mural fan and you stick with that one? And then also, sorry, we also had a question on how easy are they to learn? So to come from complete beginner to being comfortable running a workshop with them, what do you say, how many hours of practice am I looking at?
Yeah, the challenge of running a workshop is not the tools, it's the facilitation, right? And I think, you know, there are so many little things that can go wrong or not work or be disruptive, you know, all the way down to like there are people who are unmuted who have noisy backgrounds, or you know, there's Zoom bombing is a thing that the New York Times recently put an article out about. Is, you know, if you have the misfortune of publishing the Zoom link to your webinar, your conference, or your meeting on something like Twitter, people are going to jump in and put in pornographic content or whatever it is, right? So there all of these challenges. Plus, on top of that, you have people who talk, you know, who don't stop talking when they do a share it, right? And so how do you nicely manage that? I think those are all the real challenges around a workshop. But the tools, the good news is that many of them are actually quite easy to learn. So I think Mural is very, very easy to learn. Miro is slightly harder, but you'll find videos on how to use both of them online. So I think that those two are very easy to use. PowerPoint and slides, many people are very accustomed to those tools. They're not quite as user-friendly to build things together, to diagram things as a group. So I don't necessarily recommend them, but you know, if you don't have a corporate account for Mural or Miro, and you can't use Google Jamboard for some reason, you can certainly actually make do with those platforms. I definitely recommend Zoom over other video conferencing softwares, in particular because Zoom deals very well with low bandwidth situations. So I based out in Asia, and you know, we often end up in situations where the bandwidth is limited, where you know, people get cut out, and Zoom actually handles that very well by slowing down and speeding up the audio when there are gaps, so that you actually can't even detect in some cases when the connection has dropped.